Hey buddies, my name is Andrey and I'm here on YouTube to share you everything related to Brazil and prove that we are more than samba, football and carnival. Today this is another historic video talking about the independence of Brazil. We have some interesting facts that happened in the world and then contributed to Brazil become into an independent country. So I would like to share this amazing story. And first of all, please subscribe and don't forget your thumbs up. This is, I love to do that, even that I don't earn anything. I just do it for fun and practice my English, why not? Make a few friends and yeah, so let's go and start the video. So buddies, basically everything started in 1883 with the Napoleonic Wars that were taking place in Europe. So to break the English economy, then the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte executed the famous plan called Continental System, preventing British vessels entering in the coast and all the parts of Europe. If you notice, Portugal is in the end in the tip of European continent, so we're easier for British vessels entering in that ports. And because of that, France said, hey, I don't want it in anymore. But Portugal said no, because actually Portugal and England were allies for a long days ago. They were allies economically. They helped each other in battles, so they were like buddies. England were like, hey Portugal, we are brother man, how can I help you? And Portugal said, hey, actually I need help. So to resolve the situation, the British helped the Portuguese court to flee and move to the more developed colony that they had, Brazil. So on November 29th, 1807, the Portuguese Royal Family, important people from the government, and noblemen escaped to Brazil, escorted by 4 British vessels. And on the next day, French troops invaded Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, but they didn't find anyone there. So if we stop to think, Napoleon Bonaparte contributed to the independence of Brazil years later, which is crazy, right? The arrival of the Portuguese royal family in Rio de Janeiro, I'm gonna use my accent, okay? Rio de Janeiro, the capital of Brazil by that time, it's not anymore, brought a series of cultural, economic, and political changes to the economy. The first one, and one of the most important, was the opening of Brazilian ports to the allied of Portugal. Was a great event, and after that, a great development started in the colony. So universities, theaters, libraries were built, and intellectual people came to South America to study the region, and of course later the Amazon rainforest. And by the way, I already did a video talking about that, I'm gonna put here. This modernization of Brazil was so important that in 1815 the colony called Brazil was now a kingdom unified with Portugal. So now we have the United Kingdoms of Portugal, Brazil, and Algarves. And this is the flag, by the way, and I already explained on the other video. Check it out. This decision to transform Brazil into a kingdom did not please so much the Portuguese people. On the other hand, the king of Portugal by that time, Dom João, loved the idea. He fell in love because he was so many years here, right? And unfortunately, in 1820, the liberal revolution in Porto is a city in Portugal, took place, and he decided to return to Portugal to see what's going on and lived his son here in Brazil as a Prince Regent called Pedro de Alcântara. This is a very important information. Pedro de Alcântara, Prince Regent of Brazil. Okay? So buddies, what do you think about this episode? I need to talk a little bit more about history. I need to improve my English. I need to talk about trips. I don't know. Let me know. It's important. Your comments below and thumbs up. And of course, subscribe, share to your friends. Everything that you already know. Okay, so let's gonna return to the video. The independence of Brazil actually started to be talked about Brazilians when we realized that the Portuguese wanted to turn Brazil into a colony again. So relations between the countries got worse and Portugal demanded the prince's return to Europe. Remember Prince Pedro de Alcântara? However, Brazilians defended that the prince remained here. The prince listened to the Brazilians and decided to stay. This day is very important for us and it's known as the Day of Stay, Dia do Fico, and became well known after he said, se é para o bem de todos e felicidade geral da nação, estou pronto. Diga ao povo que fico. And there we go. After this beautiful phrase, on September 7th, 1822, he cut the ties that united Brazil and Portugal and announced the country's independence. So the Prince Regent Pedro de Alcântara becomes the first emperor of Brazil, Dom Pedro I. Woohoo! And if you notice, it was exactly 200 years ago. Should I do on September 7th? Yes, unfortunately I didn't record because I was traveling. But yeah, this is celebrating 200 years of independence, and of course share you a little bit about our history, which is super nice, and evolved a little bit about what's going on in the world by that time, in Europe, of course. And I'm finishing this video. Thanks so much for watching until now. It was amazing. I love to talk about history, if you notice. Please, again, subscribe, thumbs up, comment below if you have any question or interesting, maybe some doubts about the independence of Brazil. And I'm here to help you, of course, always. Thanks so much, muito obrigado, and I'll see you on the next video. Tchau, see ya, falou, adeus.